Are now devalued and unappreciated. That's how some nurses at UW Health are feeling 1 year after they narrowly avoided going on strike. Our Arman Rahman has the details. Plus, the latest on Hurricane Lee heading towards New England, expected to make landfall over the weekend, all as residents continue to make their final preparations.
And we still have some areas battling fog, but we will have another thing of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon for some areas. I'll break all that down along with what we may see next week, which may be the 80s are coming back.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. It is 8 o'clock on this Saturday. I'm Kyle Pazorski. Let's begin by taking a look outside this morning with Greg Barnard. Greg, that camera behind you, it's a little dirty. Got the cobwebs on it, but
it's a little dirty. And there was something else flying by right there. But overall, like I said, Madison's doesn't look the fog, but areas to the west, La Crosse to northeast Iowa, still got that dense fog advisory till 1 a.m. They've had visibilities down to 0, and still some areas, the Decorah's 0, but 0 even in Lone Rock. Some of the areas near the Wisconsin River area are dealing with that, all the way up to Eau Claire too. But it's mainly just west areas. South central Wisconsin's not seeing that, so if you're out and about, just something to keep in mind of. It should be burning off here shortly. Really, temperatures overall about the mid to upper 50s, but you can see here's a wind shift right here. We got a little boundary here, and there's one further up to the north too. But overall, not much of a temperature change, but we do have some systems that are impacting right now. As we look at satellite picture right now, here's the big picture. Here's the one little boundary down here that's provided a little bit of shower activity, but that's mainly south of the area. The one that we're watching is the one right here. That's going to begin to push southeast. That will once again tap into a little bit moisture and instability. That will be your showers and thunderstorms for this afternoon and evening for south central Wisconsin, but not for areas up to the north. Overall, as you look at the planning their day out, we're going to get back up to about mid 70s for Madison. Rain chance really comes in after 5 p.m. It could be a wet evening. Once again, I think the Badger game will be okay. As we look at for La Crosse, not much in the way of a shower, maybe something later, but I think more of that'll be east or south of the area, excuse me. Should be mid 70s. Once again, more sun once we get rid of the foggy conditions this morning. So overall, later in the broadcast, we'll break down the timing of those showers and thunderstorms, as well as what it looks like for your Sunday. And then, yes, we got some 80s in the forecast. I'll show all that a bit later in the broadcast.
Nice to hear the 80s. Thanks, Greg. We'll check back in just a bit. Nurses at UW Health are speaking now for the first time since they narrowly avoided going on strike last year. A year after committing to an agreement on a new contract, they tell our Arman Rahman that conditions haven't improved, particularly for experienced staff.
We're feeling really devalued, unappreciated.
Mary Jorgensen has been with UW Health for 18 years. She says she feels even worse because she was hopeful after the union's agreement with hospital administration last year.
We have gotten basically no wins. They've moved on a few issues that we've asked them to, but overall, we have not gotten anything concrete out of this.
Jorgensen says 20% of nurses have left the operating room so far this year, mostly due to wages.
My wages have been capped since 2014, and management is refusing to work with us to lift up those nurses, and that's causing a lot of the experienced nurses to leave.
That pushes them out and pushes the extra work on less experienced staff.
A friend of mine just called me. She's been off orientation since Monday, and she had a brand new nurse with her today in the operating room.
In a statement, UW Health administrators tell us they've added 250 frontline RNs this year, and their turnover rates dropped, putting them in the top 10% of all health systems.
I'm not sure, how they concoct those numbers.
Matt Delaney started as an RN a year ago.
As a young nurse, it puts a lot more pressure on me.
He's also seen it affect patient care when more travel nurses on 3-month contracts end up at the bedside.
They're mostly from out of state, and a lot of them are newer nurses as well, and they don't really have a connection to the state or the community.
They say if there's no transparent pay scale, more staff will leave and care will suffer more.
Every day, when we punch in, that our patients are our #1 priority.
We need veteran nurses to provide the highest quality care, and that's what it's about.
That was Arman Rahman reporting. In their statement, hospital administrators say their memorandum of understanding with SEIU allows them to arbitrate disagreements on compliance through the Wisconsin Employment Relations Commission. We're learning new details that a former state Supreme Court justice tapped to investigate impeaching newly elected Justice Janet Protasevich gave donations to her campaign rival. Former Justice Republican David Prosser confirmed to the Associated Press that Assembly Speaker Robin Vos asked him to participate. Prosser gave $500 to Dan Kelly's campaign when he was running against Protasevich. Speaker Voss has floated impeaching Protasevich for accepting nearly $10 million from the Wisconsin Democratic Party. A Madison man was convicted of killing his roommate, being found guilty of murder. 58-year-old Greg Rather was charged with first-degree reckless homicide in the death of 55-year-old Patricia McCullough. Authorities say she died in July 2021, but her body wasn't discovered until nearly 2 months later. She and Rather had been living together for about a year prior to her death. A 79-year-old Columbia County man has been charged with murder in connection to the death of his longtime partner. Larry Manthe was arrested Friday on charges connected to the death of 76-year-old Alice Langer. Her family reached out to law enforcement last October after being unable to get in touch with her. She was later found dead from a gunshot wound to the head. Authorities say Manthe and Langer were in a long-term relationship, but Langer had planned to break up and move out prior to being killed. Hurricane Lee is expected to make landfall later today, with millions of people from New England to Canada currently under storm watches and warnings. CBS's Christian Benavides reports.
After lashing parts of Bermuda, Lee is now barreling across the North Atlantic, and those who live along New England's coast are bracing for the effects of the storm. Lance Kennedy is a lobsterman in Maine.
I've taken up half my traps and shifted the other half inside into Pigeon Hill Bay, hoping for some cover while this hurricane hits.
Boatyard workers have been pulling boats out of the water.
It's been wicked busy. We've moved about 140 boats in the past 5 days. We've done basically 6 weeks of work in 5 days.
With high tide expected around noon in parts of Maine, residents too are bracing for impact.
We put the boat away, and I'm going to put my roadster out back and cover that over the top and, put away the furniture and just batten down the hatches, really.
Maine's Governor Janet Mills said she's been in contact with FEMA, which is on standby, ready to assist after the storm.
We're concerned about tree damage on human beings, on cars, on houses, across roads, and flooding.
Lee has already created rough surf and the potential for dangerous riptides from New England all the way down to New Jersey. Prepping is also underway in Canada, where the storm is expected to make landfall. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
The National Hurricane Center forecasts hurricane force winds will extend more than 100 miles from Lee's center, with tropical storm force gusts felt up to 345 miles away. Looking ahead now, the Willie Street Fair, which runs today and tomorrow, will shut down 3 blocks of the popular East Side Street in Madison as area residents flock to the area to indulge in live music and fresh food. The street will be closed between South Livingston and South Ingersoll streets from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. today and 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday. The 300 blocks of South Paterson and South Beerley Streets, will also close during the same windows. Drivers should expect extra street closures on Sunday between 11 a.m. and noon when a parade hits the area. Happening very soon is one of 2 American Heart Association Heart Walks taking place in southern Wisconsin this weekend. Earlier this morning, we sat down with the co-chair of the Madison Heart Walk, Ed Sloan. He shared with us reasons why it's important to boost your physical activity and the way heart walks help to do so.
And it's a constant reminder to my wife and I about being healthy, eating smart, watching your numbers, cholesterol count, blood pressure, all those types of things that lead to a healthy lifestyle.
There's still time to get out there this morning at McKee Farms Park in Fitchburg. Those who attend will be joined by more than 200 community members. Through the Heart Walk, participants are invited to express, share, and be inspired by the reasons why they walk. Registration opened at 7:30, and the walk begins in just a couple minutes at 8:30. And if you've missed this one happening in Madison, you can hop on I-90 south to Janesville. Tomorrow, the 30th annual Burt Blaine Memorial Heart Walk will take place there. It all begins at the Town Square Pavilion. Same times, registration opens at 7:30, and the walk begins at 8:30. More information is available at rockcountyheartwalk.org. Still ahead, some health news, including how the CDC is now recommending people 6 months and older get the new COVID-19 vaccine. The details next. And you're taking a live look outside. Greg has your full forecast just ahead.
Your digital source for local news and info for 25 years. Channel 3000.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver. for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Feldco will be here for your home renewal needs. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
For the plunge you never thought they'd take. For the day you never thought would come. For all the years that have come and gone.
For all those special moments that make life worth living. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same.
So I got Spectrum One.
Fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Want it? Here's the number.
Call 833-784-4999 to get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
Which helps me run all of this easily. Kids checkups? Scheduled. Work? Bust. Treat dispenser? Treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer. Work.
Switch to Spectrum One. 300 megabit internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security.
Spectrum One. Gets it done.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-784-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a store today.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, as mentioned, we're going to have showers and thunderstorms for some of the area right now that we're dealing with, and really it's due to this front that's going to begin to dive southward and then interact with moisture over southern Wisconsin, some instability while the sun come out. That's what we're tracking right now. Behind it, not going to be much, just some cooler air, but that's going to be the purpose of what we're going to see later this afternoon. Overall, if we time it out, you can see a few showers developing, almost kind of a line. Could be a little bit of a stronger cell in there or two by 4. As it comes through Dane County, it'll be 5 to about 7 p.m. We still got showers and thunderstorms, kind of a bit of a line, and then kind of scattered through southwest Wisconsin. Notice not much anything north of La Crosse, maybe a shower or two there, but otherwise should be fairly dry cloud cover. And then throughout the evening, we'll start to see this begin to finish or diminish towards 10 to 11 and push east of Madison. By that time frame, once we get towards after midnight, a lot of the area to the west, La Crosse, Eau Claire, begin to see just partly cloudy skies, maybe some more patchy fog developing. Southwest will start clearing out too after that time frame. But Madison eastward may see cloud cover and lingering showers past midnight, especially further east to go. Once again, we'll keep an eye on that. But this evening will be kind of active, as it looks like, for at least south central Wisconsin and southwest Wisconsin too. So we got those storms today. Patchy fog this morning. Obviously got the fog this morning. We could see more of it probably the next several days. It is September and we do get a lot of fog this time of year. Otherwise, rain chances come back in, but that's late next week, the weekend. Temperatures mild today, 70s, a little bit cooler tomorrow, but nothing too bad really this time of year. 80s come back midweek. That's the big change coming that we're going to see, and then we'll cool off towards the end of next week. Overall, tomorrow, this thing will begin to push east. Maybe a shower or two tomorrow for southeast Wisconsin on the backside, but everywhere else will begin to kind of dry out as we get more of a westerly flow. There's some stuff downstream. You can see some clouds and even starting to push into Minnesota by the time we get to Tuesday. That's another chance of rain that we could see here coming But after that, that's where we're going to start seeing really this ridge begin to pull up from the south ahead of this. Tuesday, Wednesday, you can see the warm air begin to pull north as all the cool air in the system develops in the western part of the U.S. So that's when I think we'll start seeing 70s, 80s potentially in some areas. This will hang on probably through Friday, and then it begins to push east and break down, and that's when our rain chances start coming back in the picture with this complex to the west. That'll provide some more rain. And you can even see this Climate Prediction Center has a better shot of seeing rain above average going through 8 to 14. So we're looking at end of next week to the weekend. So definitely that would be beneficial rains. How much we get is a little bit in question. But for today, mid to upper 70s with southern Wisconsin. Tonight we'll get down in the 50s with maybe some upper 40s where areas can kind of clear out. Once again, fog could be an issue for some areas. And then tomorrow, more clouds, less clouds for most of the area. Probably more clouds southern Wisconsin, not as much northwest Wisconsin. But you can see the temperatures, a little bit of a drop, but still, for this time of year, kind of not too far from where we should be, around 70, low 70s, upper 60s too. So it should be a fairly dry Saturday. We'll just have to get through this afternoon, at least for southern Wisconsin with the showers and thunderstorms. There's your 80s next week, so that will be nice and warm. Same story for La Crosse, 80s a couple days, and then we get more active towards the end of the week and weekend. So just stay tuned for this afternoon's rain, and then stay tuned for what we'll plan for next weekend, which could be active as well.
Thank you, Greg. How to increase your odds of becoming pregnant, and new COVID-19 vaccines are now available. CBS's Haley Ott has the week's top health stories.
The CDC is recommending everyone 6 months and older get the new COVID-19 vaccine after the FDA approved the updated Pfizer and Moderna shots on Monday. The vaccine is similar to previously approved formulas, but was updated to target the XBB variants that became prevalent last winter. Some major pharmacies say they've already got the shots in stock. Meanwhile, vaccines for the upcoming flu season are showing promise in fighting influenza. Early data from 5 South American countries during their 2023 flu season, which is during the summer in the United States, showed the vaccines reduced flu-related hospitalizations by 52%. The CDC says the shots could provide similar protection in the U.S., though there's no guarantee. And if you're trying to get pregnant, it's all in the timing. Each month offers just a narrow window for conception. A new study from the UK found women who use ovulation tests increase their chances of getting pregnant and giving birth by 28%. That's compared to 18% for those who did not use the tests. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Haley Ott, CBS News, New York.
Still ahead, Zach Hanley gives us a look at Friday's news and sports and details on today's Badgers game. Plus, there's several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will Loper shares his picks and 3 things to watch. That's next when we return.
Introducing Feli's Flowers' new seasonal planter program. Perfect for gifts, home, or business. Enjoy a custom-made planter delivered to your door 3 times a year. Growing for Madison since 1949. Order now at Feli's Flowers.
At Lawton Cates, we provide compassion and guidance after a serious accident. From the first phone call, we're by your side. We know how much is at stake, and we're dedicated to ensuring you can heal and move forward. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
I'm excited to announce that you've all made MyPillow 2.0 a huge success. And with your amazing support, we've been able to expand MyPillow's USA manufacturing and jobs. And to make room for this, we're clearing out a line of our Percale bed sheets. And to thank you, I'm bringing them to you at closeout prices. Use your promo code and you get my king size for only $39 a set. Queens, $35, fulls, $29, and twin size just $25. I'm interrupted this commercial to let you know that we've received the last 2 shipments of these Percale bed sheets, and because of this I've been able to add more colors, sizes, and even prints, and they're still at closeout prices. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen now. Use your promo code and you'll get my king size only $39 a set, queens $35, full $29, and twin size just $25. Order now. Once they're gone for good.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
The biggest thing for me that I've learned through working with Thrivent is that you can accomplish anything you want to. It's just about finding the right road, the right path, the smart moves.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Introducing Feli's Flowers' new seasonal planter program. Perfect for gifts, home, or business. Enjoy a custom-made planter delivered to your door 3 times a year. Growing for Madison since 1949. Order now at Feli's Flowers.
Yeah, we're going to have showers and a few storms, mainly for the southern half of Wisconsin later this afternoon. We still got the fog dealing with this morning, but you could see that tomorrow or even Monday morning too. And overall seasonable temperatures kind of in the low 70s, upper 60s. There's your temperatures, mid 70s for Madison, a little bit cooler up to the north, but overall they'll have the showers and thunderstorms later this afternoon. As you track that out, you can kind of see it begins to develop a 2 to 3 along this front that's going to be sagging south. Will look like we're going to see more of a area of developing by 5 to 6 over Dane County, and this whole kind of area of showers and a few storms will begin to push more towards south central, southeastern as we go closer to midnight. So we're looking at probably a wet evening for many locations. Otherwise, you see the temperatures getting up to the 80s next week. Rain comes back in, but late next week. Same story for La Crosse, more sun tomorrow, and then 80s once again for a few days with rain coming towards the end of next week or next weekend.
The Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2023 was officially inducted into UW's Hall of Fame Park Friday afternoon, and the 13-member class started this weekend celebration by posing for pictures with their families and watching the unveiling of their plaques. And for this class, headlined by J.J. Watt, Monte Ball, and Brianna Decker, having their names forever up on the board is something hard to put into words.
Once you get into becoming a Badger, you understand that it's a family and it's a team. And so you kind of lose sight of that, which is good, where you're not so much focused on yourself. So I really didn't see this coming, and I'm very blessed that it has come to fruition.
I'm in shock still. I'm still amazed. I think, I grew up wanting to be a Badger one day, and I looked up to a lot of the women that played here and went to football games, hockey games. And for it to come full circle like this, it's a pretty surreal moment for me.
2 games into their season, there's been a consistent theme for Wisconsin, and it's not a good one. Slow starts. At Washington State, UW didn't find the end zone until the 3rd quarter, and against Buffalo, they didn't pull away until the 2nd half. So starting fast, offensively, defensively, and on special teams has been preached in every meeting this week ahead of today's game against Georgia Southern.
It's not one thing that makes you start out fast. We need to come out with energy. We need to come out with confidence, and ultimately we need to execute and do our jobs. And if we can do those things, we're gonna come in there and take care of business and do what we need to do. And I think if we come out and play our best ball, not many teams are going to be able to play with us.
Matt LaFleur listed 4 Packers as questionable for Sunday's game against the Falcons. Aaron Jones, David Bakhtiari, Quay Walker, and Christian Watson. Jones and Bakhtiari didn't practice all week, while Walker is still in concussion protocol. The good news, Watson practiced for the first time since August 31st. Speaking of Sunday, Wisconsin volleyball has a huge match against Florida. The top-ranked Badgers will take on the number 3-ranked Gators in an undefeated showdown. The two played last season in front of a sellout crowd at the Kohl Center, with Florida winning in 5 sets. Craig Counsell and the crew opening up a 3-game series with the Nationals. Brewers entered the 5th down 3-0, and then the bats came alive. Carlos Santana with that sweet solo shot music. That homer was part of back-to-back home runs for the home team. Brewers go on to win 5-3 the final. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thank you, Zach. There's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming right now. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
I'm all over this network. I need to have a say in the future of this place.
What you are asking is unprecedented.
I am unprecedented.
Newly streaming on Apple TV Plus is the 3rd season of The Morning Show.
Let all the secrets come out. They did not protect me.
They didn't protect you, but I did.
Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston return in the show that follows the high drama on a morning show, including the station getting hacked.
We're off the air.
What's happening? Someone's in the system.
The first 2 episodes of The Morning Show are streaming on Apple TV Plus now.
It's refreshing to get stabbed in the stomach instead of the back, so thanks.
Welcome, auditioners.
You guys are so talented, so unbelievable. This will break you. This will fully destroy you.
Congratulations on being the most talented kids at camp.
Newly streaming on Hulu is the film Theater Camp.
Starfish, jiggle like a jackal, jiggle like a jackal.
These are the things we can do with masks.
These people are really weird. The mockumentary pokes fun at drama kids as we watch a group of characters work to put on a stage show.
We only have 3 weeks to create a masterpiece. It's on you now. All on you.
Theater Camp is streaming on Hulu now.
We're theater people. We know how to turn cardboard into gold.
Meet the residents of Element City.
And newly streaming on Disney Plus is the animated film Elemental.
But we all live by one simple rule. Elements cannot mix.
Element City is made up of fire, water, air, and land elements, and follows Ember, a fire element who begins to fall into a relationship with a water element.
So you've never left Firetown?
Sorry, buddy. Elements don't mix. Hey! Plus, my dad would boil you alive.
Why does anyone get to tell you what you can do in your life?
Elemental is streaming on Disney Plus now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
And coming up next, we look at our top morning headlines, including the United Auto Workers strike and what it means for you. Stick with us. You're watching.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
In need of home repairs? From stairs and railings to roofing and plumbing, Habitat Dane County works alongside families to ensure safe, stable housing for years to come. Qualifications are based on income, need, and willingness to partner. Don't delay. Apply today.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my brand new product, My Slippers. What makes my slippers different from those other slippers is my exclusive 4-layer design. I wanted my slippers to have everything you'd ever want in a pair of slippers.
When I first put my slippers on, I was like, wow, they feel great, and most importantly, they have the support that I need in a pair of slippers.
I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know we're having the biggest My Slipper closeout sale ever. Get our all-season My Slippers and sandals at clearance prices. They're made with our patented impact gel that absorbs and releases pressure so you can comfortably wear them all day long. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our all-season My Slippers, originally on sale for $59.98, now only $25, or our sandals for just $19.50. Quantities are extremely limited, so please order now.
You've got this. Your big moment on their big day. The dress? Another one you'll never wear. Gift? Practical. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free overdraft protection transfers. So when you get invited to your 3rd destination wedding in as many months, we'll be there with you.
When we first met Todd, we thought Jen was kidding.
You've got this. with Associated Bank.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us.
Hi, what can I make fresh for you today?
It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us.
It's our pleasure.
Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
from Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Announcing the winners of Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Congratulations to Roth Cheese for winning bronze for Best Cheese Producer. Roth Cheese, always good. See all the winners on MadisonMagazine.com.
Right now, auto workers on strike after a deal with the big three U.S. automakers has expired. We have the latest and how it could impact you.
And we have patchy fog in the area right now, but we also got showers and thunderstorms coming up. I'll time those out, as well as what comes next in the week. Dry and the 80s are coming back.
Plus, the Brewers adding to the list of major league teams placing ads on their jerseys. The reason coming up. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. It is 8:30 on this Saturday. Let's send it over to Greg Barner for a look at your Saturday forecast. Greg, how is it going to be today for the Badger game?
I think the Badger game will start off dry. We'll have to keep an eye towards the end of it. I still think overall it should be a dry forecast, but for right now we're dealing with a lot of the dense fog that still remains across the western areas, La Crosse, all the way over to Rochester up to Eau Claire. We still have some visibility issues. We've been down to zero and kind of remained there in northeast Iowa, a quarter mile in Preston, a quarter mile in Eau Claire. Even Lone Rock has been down to zero close to the Wisconsin River. East of that, not too much of a problem, but once again, it'll take about a few more hours for this to kind of burn off if you're out and about. Otherwise, temperatures 59 in Madison to 56 in Eau Claire, so pretty much uniform in the mid to upper 50s. A little bit more mild for this time of year. We should be probably in the low 50s for most locations. But if you look at the system right now, we've really got two things going on. This little weak front that's kind of pushed south has provided a little bit of cloud cover and showers, even getting up close to Janesville. This is the main front that's going to be digging south, turning into more of a cold front. That'll be where we'll see more showers and thunderstorms. We've got a few of them right now just north of Red Wing, but that's what we're going to be tracking for at least southern Wisconsin for this afternoon, as you can see zooming up what we're looking at. Overall rainfall with that thing, it's been further to the west to Rochester, but for today, if you look at the planning it out, we're going to get to showers and thunderstorms come this afternoon, probably after 4. What's the one? We think the Badger game will be okay. This evening will probably be unsettled with a lot of showers and thunderstorms overall. As you look at La Crosse, we're going to be just the mid-70s. Cloud cover will get less as we go through this afternoon with the fog this morning, mid-70s. Later on, I'll time out those showers and thunderstorms, as well as make a look ahead to next week's weather, which does include the 80s.
We are the Union! We are the Union! Mighty, mighty Union! Mighty, mighty Union! No justice!
No Jeeps!
No justice!
No Jeeps!
United Auto Workers officially went on strike this week after its deal with the big three U.S. automakers expired. The UAW has been seeking a pay hike of around 40% over 4 years. Automakers have offered half that. The union is also seeking a shorter work week in return of pension plans. It comes as the big three automakers, General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis, are making record profits.
It feels good that we're actually out here standing up for what we deserve. It's hard. This is not something that everybody wants to do. I don't think anybody wants to do this, but this is what we have to do, so this is what we're going to do.
You know, they don't want to look out for the people that make it happen for them. Without us, you wouldn't have these cars out on the road.
President Joe Biden wants a resolution for UAW workers, but sees that a prolonged strike would be bad for the economy ahead of the election. He's sent 2 advisors to Detroit to help with negotiations. From one industry fresh on strike to one that's been in the picket lines for months, Hollywood strike talks could resume next week. The two sides have been at a stalemate over a number of issues since May, including the number of writers employed on shows, residuals from streaming services, and how to handle AI technology.
It's hopeful. I mean, anytime you're actually sitting at the table, something can happen. If you're not talking, nothing can happen.
Now in its 5th month, the strike is one of the longest in the history of the Writers Guild. The last round of talks was 3 weeks ago. If you're a Brewers fan, you may have noticed a change to the uniform during last night's game. The organization has added a Northwestern Mutual corporate patch to the jersey sleeve as part of an advertising partnership with the financial services company. It is the first time in franchise history that the team has placed ads on their jerseys, and they'll remain that way. Many other teams have also added advertising patches to their jerseys, but not all teams in the MLB are doing so. Still ahead, we sit down with Jeff Murkey from Bittersweet Blessings Farm to talk about tomorrow's Apple Fest. Details on what to look forward to is next after weather here on Weekend Mornings.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. Because around here, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after a car accident or return to the job following an injury, it's us fighting the odds and the insurance company to make sure you get the compensation you and your family deserve. No one loves a great comeback story more than Lawton Cates, which motivates us to fight for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call us today.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
I'm excited to announce that you've all made My Pillow 2.0 a huge success. And with your amazing support, we've been able to expand My Pillow's USA manufacturing and jobs. And to make room for this, we're clearing out a line of our percale bed sheets. And to thank you, I'm bringing them to you at closeout prices. Use your promo code and you get my king size for only $39 a set. Queens, $35, fulls, $29, and twin size just $25. I'm interrupted this commercial to let you know that we've received the last 2 shipments of these percale bed sheets, and because of this I've been able to add more colors, sizes, and even prints, and they're still at closeout prices. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen now. Use your promo code and you'll get my king size only $39 a set, queens $35, full $29, and twin size just $25. Order now. Once they're gone for good.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangements so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
We want to make sure every child in Dane County has a warm coat to wear this winter, and we need your help.
Please donate gently used, kid-sized winter coats to any Clinky Cleaners. We'll clean them for free.
And Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County would give these to kids in need right here where we live.
Don't have a kid's coat to give? Log on to Channel 3000 to make a financial donation. Track our progress on News 3 Now and Magic 98, then donate to Coats for Kids.
Yeah, we're looking at a system that's going to produce some showers and thunderstorms later this afternoon for southern Wisconsin. But right now, we're kind of still dealing with the fog. You can see a few showers north of La Crosse up there. And then the front, actually, you can see towards Iowa with the more showers developing. That is the one that'll push into southern Wisconsin later on. Overall, fog is still a problem for many areas out to the west. 0 in Decorah, up to a quarter of a mile Prairie du Chien, and even a quarter in Eau Claire. So something to keep in mind of if you're traveling on about. Use caution and slow down. We should see improvement in that in a couple hours. Otherwise, less clouds this afternoon for La Crosse. A shower or two maybe this morning, but chances are pretty low. Otherwise, mid-70s for that. Badger game, the good news is it's starting off early, and that could keep us mostly dry. Maybe by the end of the game, we might see a shower approach, but I think most of that will be after the fact. Later on the broadcast, we'll break down when to expect that, when to actually see we'll dry out, and actually when those 80s are coming back next week. All that a bit later.
Can't wait for those 80s. Thanks, Greg. The Wisconsin Apple Pie Championship returns to Bittersweet Blessings Farm this weekend. It's all a part of the farm's annual Apple Fest. This week, I sat down with farm owner Jeff Murkey to preview the fun. Tomorrow, Bittersweet Blessings Farm will be hosting their annual Apple Fest just north of Deerfield. We're joined by owner of the farm, Jeff Murkey. Jeff, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Kyle.
So explain to us, part of Apple Fest tomorrow is going to be the Apple Pie Championship. What is that?
It's actually the Wisconsin Apple Pie Championship, and it's an event that we created to showcase some of the great bakers in the area and throughout the state. It's free to enter, so basically anyone can bring in pies and try to be the best in the state.
And so where did this idea come from? You originally had Apple Fest and then the championship came later, or was it all part of the whole thing?
It kind of all came from the same brainchild. When we bought the farm, the previous owners were Vernon and Margaret Zickert. And back in the day, Margaret was a fairly famous local baker, winning lots and lots of contests, many of them for pies. And we thought that since we are having an apple festival, what a great thing, what a great way to showcase her heritage and history of the farm to have an apple pie contest.
What are the rules for the Apple Pie Championship, Wisconsin Apple Pie Championship?
Actually, it's very simple, Kyle. Very few rules. The entire pie needs to be homemade. The crust, the filling, nothing store-bought, nothing prepackaged. Everything needs to be from scratch. The main ingredient of the filling needs to be apple. It can be blended with apple cranberry, apple raisin, Dutch apple, whatever you would like, but the main ingredient needs to be apple. The one difference about our contest here is that each contestant must bring 2 identical pies, because we will auction off the pies once all the judging has been completed and the awards have been presented. We will auction off the second pie, the one that hasn't been cut up and sampled by the judges.
And there's an organization that is, the Apple Pie Championship helps out. It's in Deerfield, the Deerfield Food Pantry, where some of the pies afterwards, like you mentioned, they go and get auctioned off for them. How does that really help them out?
Actually, every pie that is donated, this contest is free to enter. Anyone can enter it, whether you're professional or amateur. And every pie that is brought in will benefit the food pantry. What we do is our judges will judge all the pies on 20 different scoring criteria. Then the scores will be tabulated and added up, and the top 5 pies will receive ribbons and awards and recognition for their baking abilities. Those 5 pies will be auctioned off at a live auction on our stage, and all of that money will be donated to the food pantry. After that, all of the other pies will be sliced up and sold to the general public, and that pie will also be, or that money will also be donated to the food pantry.
Our thanks to Jeff. Apple Fest opens tomorrow at 8 a.m. It's also when the Apple Pie Contest registration and pie drop-off opens. Apple Pie registration closes at 10. You can find more information about the Wisconsin Apple Pie Championship and Apple Fest at bittersweetblessingsfarm.com. And still ahead, Zach Hanley checks in with your Friday's news and sports. We'll be right back after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect. From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Get 2.1% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4Imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4Imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4Imprint, for certain.
From a diamond engagement to a diamond anniversary and everything in between, we shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to. At Diamond Select, we also fix, reset, and remake jewelry too. Diamond Select in downtown Stoughton.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we do have an active Saturday for some to have to deal with right now. Like I mentioned before, we have two little boundaries right here. This one is really pushed to the southeast, but kind of stalling out with some showers that have approached southern Wisconsin. Even Janesville had a little bit of a sprinkle, but up to the north, here's the main front that's going to be beginning to dig south. And you've already seen a few showers in Iowa, one up to the northwest of Red Wing, but that's really going to be what's going to tap into the moisture once it gets down here and provide our showers and thunderstorms for southern Wisconsin late afternoon into the evening hours too that we'll be dealing with. So overall, if we time that out once again, you'll start seeing after 3 or 4, basically an area of showers and thunderstorms begin to develop in southwest, all the way up to the Dells area. A few showers up to the north towards Eau Claire too early on, but not much in the way of even precipitation with that. Once we get towards the evening, that's when we start seeing this area get a little bit larger and expand with a little bit less as you go further west, and then towards 7, 8, then you start seeing this area really sit over the basically south central Wisconsin and start to push southeast, while areas to the west start kind of getting more partly cloudy skies and up to the north too. So overall, once you get past 8 or 9, southwest and areas up to the north shouldn't see much in the way of precipitation. Then as we go closer to midnight, we'll start seeing this thing kind of wrap around out to the east, so there'll continue to be some showers at least in eastern Dane County, points eastward probably through after midnight and then tapering off later. Areas to the west, as you see, more just partly cloudy skies. Could be still some fog as we go into morning hours. That'll be one thing we'll keep an eye on. Even some low clouds as you go into Sunday morning. I think after that, we'll start cleaning up. But that's what we're going to be dealing with this afternoon. Once again, the fog will be an issue on and off probably through Monday. We have more rain chances coming, but that's later towards the end of next week and weekend. Temperature's pretty seasonable, a little drop tomorrow, but we got the 80s coming back next week, and then we cool back off towards the later half of next week into next weekend. Overall, here's the system you see tomorrow. It's going to begin to push east, but still you have a little bit of wraparound moisture that could provide maybe a shower to southeastern Wisconsin. Otherwise, we're going to get more into this northwest dry flow through Monday and Tuesday. We have some little bit of a wave, some clouds out here. This is a little system that could approach Tuesday, but that's not going to be the big story once that comes through. It's going to be really the temperatures are going to warm up once it lifts through. And you can see by the time we get to Tuesday, you'll see this ridge and warm air begin to build up to the north, while system brings cooler air and showers and thunderstorms to the west. We'll start seeing 80s get closer through Wednesday and Thursday. Really will start warming up. And then by the end of the week, we'll start seeing this break down. And then we have a system come through, and that's the next rain chance that'll bring more mild conditions back in. So we do have a stretch of nice weather coming up this week, 80s definitely. But rainfall looks to be better as we get towards the later half of next week into weekend. Chances are we're going to see above average precipitation. So that's the good news, and hopefully it does pan out that we have several days of opportunities to see rain because we could use it. Otherwise, that's your temperatures for today. And then tonight, low 50s, some clearing. And then tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures then get up into the low 70s once again. Overall, we're going to see temperatures in the 80s next week. Rain comes back in the second half of the week. The same story for La Crosse, too. 80s come back, and then rain looks to come back the second half of next week.
The Badgers are looking to rebound from last week's loss when they host Georgia Southern at Camp Randall today. If you're listening on the radio, you'll hear the voice and insights of former Badger Mark Tauscher on the call. Our Shane Hogan caught up with him and his expanded broadcasting role at his alma mater.
kind of looking back at your career, how do you think your perspective has changed from player to broadcaster, different roles? You know, you have a new platform now than you did as a player. How do you think that perspective has changed?
One of the things I've enjoyed about it is it gives, I have that perspective. So for instance, when somebody gets beat, like if it's a Badger player that gets beat, you know, people can sit there and say from a fan standpoint, oh, what was that? And you can also look at it, and one of my favorite lines I've said is, well, that other guy's on scholarship too. And when you're playing this, you get that sense that this isn't easy.
When you're up there in the booth, what are you looking at specifically during the game? And with your experience as a player at this university, how do you boil that down, delivering a clear, understandable message for the viewer?
Well, I'm trying to figure that out. I wish I had all the I wish I had all the answers. It typically starts up front. That's where my eyes always are, and then the big picture kind of unfolds from there. So that's how it has always been since I played. It's what I love, and that's what I look for.
What's your favorite part about doing these games?
Just the atmosphere and the energy. That's what every player misses when you're done. And you have your own new team that you're kind of working with and trying to put out the best product that we can.
Yeah, does that kind of take you back to your days?
It definitely did.
How do you think the atmosphere, the energy has changed this season?
It's totally different. And I think we have a history and tradition of what's worked, how we've won, and it's different now. And whether or not that's good or bad, we're going to find out, but it's exciting.
Looking back at your career, you're here, Green Bay, now you're back here doing this, a part of this program again. What do you think sets this place apart, this fan base?
I just think the love and the loyalty that our fans have for this program, it matters. Like, it's really important. The Saturdays, the Sundays, but the game days matter, and I think it's such a great community. So much enjoyment is brought by what we do. It's not like this everywhere else.
That was Shane Hogan reporting. This is Tauscher's first year as the lead analyst for the Badger Radio Network. Kickoff against Georgia Southern is at 11 a.m. Now to sports with Zach Hanley.
The Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2023 was officially inducted into UW's Hall of Fame Park Friday afternoon, and the 13-member class started this weekend celebration by posing for pictures with their families and watching the unveiling of their plaques. And for this class, headlined by J.J. Watt, Monte Ball, and Brianna Decker, having their names forever up on the board is something hard to put into words.
Once you get into becoming a Badger, you understand that it's a family and it's a team. And so you kind of lose sight of that, which is good, where you're not so much focused on yourself. So I really didn't see this coming, and I'm very blessed that it has come to fruition.
I'm in shock still. I'm still amazed. I think, I grew up wanting to be a Badger one day, and I looked up to a lot of the women that played here and went to football games, hockey games. And for it to come full circle like this, it's a pretty surreal moment for me.
2 games into their season, there's been a consistent theme for Wisconsin, and it's not a good one. Slow starts. At Washington State, UW didn't find the end zone until the 3rd quarter. And against Buffalo, they didn't pull away until the 2nd half. So starting fast, offensively, defensively, and on special teams has been preached in every meeting this week ahead of today's game against Georgia Southern.
It's not one thing that makes you start out fast. But we need to come out with energy. We need to come out with confidence, and ultimately we need to execute and do our jobs. And if we can do those things, we're gonna come in there and take care of business and do what we need to do. And I think if we come out and play our best ball, not many teams are going to be able to play with us.
Matt LaFleur listed 4 Packers as questionable for Sunday's game against the Falcons. Aaron Jones, David Bakhtiari, Quay Walker, and Christian Watson. Jones and Bakhtiari didn't practice all week, while Walker is still in concussion protocol. The good news, Watson practiced for the first time since August 31st. Speaking of Sunday, Wisconsin volleyball has a huge match against Florida. The top-ranked Badgers will take on the number 3-ranked Gators in an undefeated showdown. The two played last season in front of a sellout crowd at the Kohl Center, with Florida winning in 5 sets. Craig Counsell and the crew opening up a 3-game series with the Nationals. Brewers entered the 5th down 3-0, and then the bats came alive. Carlos Santana with that sweet solo shot music. That homer was part of back-to-back home runs for the home team. Brewers go on to win 5-3 the final. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
At Wanakee Furniture ETC.
I'm excited to announce that you've all made MyPillow 2.0 a huge success. And with your amazing support, we've been able to expand MyPillow's USA manufacturing and jobs. And to make room for this, we're clearing out a line of our Percale bed sheets. And to thank you, I'm bringing them to you at closeout prices. Use your promo code and you get my king size for only $39 a set. Queens, $35, fulls, $29, and twin size just $25. I'm interrupted this commercial to let you know that we've received the last 2 shipments of these Percale bed sheets. And because of this, I've been able to add more colors, sizes, and even prints. And they're still at closeout prices. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen now. Use your promo code and you'll get my king size only $39 a set, queens $35, full $29, and twin size just $25. Order now. Once they're gone for good.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. During September, there is a 1 in 3 chance the lightning ball strikes a set of 2 plays on Megabucks. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
JP Morgan Wealth Management knows it's easy to get lost in investment research. Get help with JP Morgan Personal Advisors.
Hey, David, ready to get started?
Work with advisors who create a plan with you and help you find the right investments.
So great getting to know you. Let's take a look at your new investment plan.
Okay, great.
This should have you moving in the right direction.
Thanks, Jen.
Get ongoing advice and manage your investments in the Chase mobile app.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
At Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9.
Finally this morning, news for art lovers. The painting from the very first episode of Bob Ross, The Joy of Painting, has been listed for sale for nearly $10 million. A Minnesota-based gallery is selling the original oil painting titled A Walk in the Woods. It bears Ross' signature in the bottom left corner. It was painted live on air on January of 1989. The current owner says he bought it earlier this year from a PBS volunteer who was there during the filming. She bought it at the station fundraising auction just months after it was painted. After that first episode, the show went on for another 400 plus episodes and into the cultural zeitgeist. Greg Barnhart, that's a pretty cool painting. Wish I had the money to buy it.
Definitely, that guy made it look real easy, and as a fellow Air Force member too, so impressive. I've watched some of those shows, so yeah, he made it look easy. Easy won't be such the word this afternoon. We're going to have showers and a few thunderstorms this afternoon, especially for southern Wisconsin, something to keep in mind of this evening. Otherwise, fog continues this morning. Temperatures overall seasonable. Look at temperatures mid-70s or low 70s, which is a little bit warmer than what we should be, but overall not too bad temperature-wise. Timing those showers, you'll see them begin to develop as we get past 3 to 4, and then really become more widespread as we get towards this evening hour and begin to slowly push east of Dane County past 9, which will probably linger overnight. Otherwise, other areas will start seeing just partly sunny skies and overnight partly cloudy skies, but once again, could be a wet evening as we plan out for south central Wisconsin. Otherwise, 80s come back next week for both locations. That's the good news, with more rain maybe towards the end of next week.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you all for watching. Have a great Saturday.